Welcome friends. Today we will do a quick and detailed discussion on taxonomy and systematics. Let's begin. Taxonomy. The word taxonomy came from two terms, taxis and nomos. Okay, the word taxis means orderly arrangement and the nomos means law. Altogether, the word taxonomy it means the study of principles and procedures of classification. Okay, so in taxonomy we define the biological organisms. We define the biological organisms. How we will define them? Based on the shared characteristics with other groups. We define the biological organisms based on the shared characteristics which they shared with other groups, and further we give the name to that organism. Okay, further giving names to that organism. This is what is taxonomy. Coming to the next term, systematics. The systematics is a branch which is related with taxonomy, and here we catalog the plants, animals and other organisms into categories. We divide them into categories. Okay, so if there is one group, and if we study about one member from one group, there are different members in this group, and if we study about only one member in this group, we can have the idea about the remaining members in this group. Okay, study of only one member can provide us about the idea about the remaining members of that group, and the scientists who study this systematics or taxonomy, they are known as systematics or taxonomists. Okay, the word systematics was first proposed by Linnaeus in 1735, and it most importantly deals with the external morphological characteristics. Okay, how it looks like, the appearance is mainly studied in systematics. Okay, say for example, morphological characteristics of root, stem and leaves of flowers, how they look like, what is their appearance. The systematics helps us to know about the interrelationship between the organisms, how they are interrelated, what are the similar characteristics they share. So we often see that systematics, taxonomy, classification, they all are synonym, but they are not. They have different meaning. Okay. Now, there are some basics of systematic study which we have to follow. The first is we need to characterize. Okay, we need to characterize the species which we have found. We have to study about its morphological and other characteristics, how it is their appearance, how they look like. We need to find out some of the characteristics of that species. After that, we identify that species. Okay, how we will identify? It is used to carry out whether it is similar to any other group or taxa or not. Do they share some common characteristics with other group of no or not? This helps us to identify that organism. Okay, after that we classify. Okay, they are classified based on their resemblance to different taxa. If they resemble, they will be given some name. If they do not resemble, then a new group or taxon is raised to accommodate or to keep that new organism. Okay, next last is nomenclature. Nomenclature, that after characteristic identification and classification is done, they are given the name. Okay, if the organism is very new to systematics, that means if they do not share any characteristics with the group previously identified, then it is given new name based on the rules and conventions of the nomenclature. Okay. Now, taxonomy can be divided into classical taxonomy, which we can say that is a typological concept, and it can be also divided into modern taxonomy or neo systematics or biosystematics. Let's deal with it one by one. Now, in the previous type of taxonomy, that is in the classical taxonomy, what we study here, the species which are involved, they are static. Okay, here the species which are involved are dynamic. Next, here it does not deal with, this does not deal with evolution and interrelationship between organisms. These all are not dealt in classical taxonomy. Interrelationship between organism, and writing in short, And here the new systematics, it deals with both evolution and interrelationship between organisms. Evolution and interrelationship between organisms. Okay. Next we need to remember that Carolus Linnaeus is known as the father of taxonomy. This may be asked in the Viva and MCQ of several exams, as well as H. Santapau is the father of Indian taxonomy. Please remember this name. These are very often asked. Now, the most important part, we need to study the taxonomy is divided into alpha taxonomy, beta taxonomy, omega taxonomy, cytotaxonomy, chemotaxonomy, and karyotaxonomy. We will study about each of them in detail. So coming to the most important types of taxonomy, that they are alpha, beta and omega taxonomy. In alpha taxonomy, the classification is based only on morphological characters, that is the basically the external or the characters which appears in front of our eyes are alpha taxonomy. Okay, so classification based on morphological characters are known as alpha taxonomy. Beta taxonomy, here it includes genetical, anatomical, cytological, paleontological, physiological and other characteristics. Basically, both internal and external characteristics are included in beta taxonomy. And omega taxonomy, when the classification is done on phylogenetic relationship based on the evolutionary characteristics, when the classification is done, it is omega taxonomy. Okay. Now coming to the next type, cytotaxonomy. Cytotaxonomy, here cytological characteristics of the plants are used to solve the taxonomic problems. Okay, this is an important aid to plant taxonomy. It helps in determining the affinities, okay, or the interrelationships between the generic as well as intrageneric levels, okay, between the genus. This helps to determine the intrageneric affinities, okay, or intrageneric relationship between the organism. Now, in chemotaxonomy, what we see is that the chemical compounds are used to solve the taxonomic problems, and this is why the name chemotaxonomy or chemical taxonomy. So, this is based on chemical constitution of the plants. Okay, the basic chemical compounds present in the plant are alkaloids, carotenoids, tannins, polysaccharides. So, based on the chemical constituent, when they are classified, these are known as chemotaxonomy. The last type is karyotaxonomy. The word karyo is related to nucleus. So this characteristics of when the classification is based on characteristics of the nucleus, whether the nucleus is primitive or it's well developed. Okay, they are classified based on the nucleus, then it is known as karyotaxonomy. So pattern of chromosomal bands, where they are, whether they are stained as dark bands or they are stained as light bands, is the most specific characteristics for the classification of organism. This is very important type of classification. Okay, so what we studied it as in total, we studied that taxonomy is a study of principles and procedures of classification. We name the organism, that is we give the nomenclature to the organism, and we classify the organism based on the shared characteristics. Okay, that's all for taxonomy and the types of taxonomy as well as what is systematics. So please like the video if this has helped you, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.